Hi, my name is Cezar Mansour. I'm the author of The Official Guide to Building a Referral-Based Business. Today's video coaching newsletter is titled, Remain Focused and Stay True to Your Goals. I've got an email from a client. He's a realtor. He's had his business for a couple years now. He's asking us for some advice. He says his business has kind of hit a plateau and he is wanting to know how to take the business to the next level. He's asking for advice on what to do to grow in his business and tips that he can implement. I guess he's picked up a copy of my book and he said he's read it. He hasn't read it all the way through yet, and he seems to be just kind of cherry picking ideas out of it. Before we get into his email, though, I want to go through a couple quotes that I have here out of my book. And I say them all the time. And as you watch my videos, you'll hear it quite a bit. The first one is, your success depends upon your ability to organize. And the other one is, you need to trust yourself and you need to socialize with friends. And what I mean by that is you need to go out, say hello, socialize. I like to say in my book, I call it socialize, socialize, socialize. I'd rather change the word networking to socialization. So you go out and meet people who say hello, especially as a realtor. It's a very personal business. People get to know you. Obviously, they're going to pick you up off of the website and so forth. But most of the time, homes are bought by people who want to move into an area and they want to know that that person knows that area. So the realtors, usually have a section of town that they work in. Sometimes a little bigger, smaller. They work with the realtors around the area that they can transfer business to back and forth. But mainly, that's the case with realtors. So before we just get into his email here, and he says, "Hi, Coach. My name's Bob." For this email, we'll say that. I've had my business for a couple years now. I'm looking to grow a little bit. I seem to have hit a plateau. I picked up a copy of your book. I read a little bit of it, and I guess this series had it for like 3 months now. And he's just trying to figure out what to do. He says he's had his contacts are pretty much cleaned up, and he is trying to implement a marketing plan. The first thing I would say is you need to finish those contacts. You need to take the time to sit down and go through them all and go clean them up. Make sure you have everybody's new phone number, make sure you have everyone's new mailing address, make sure you have all that stuff. And it's a reason really also to reach out and say hello and see if that person should even be in your contact base. I mean, sometimes they just don't want to hear from you. And other people, they want to know, they're interested in your success. Those are the ones that you want in your contact base. Those are the people that you want to meet. That's the socialization that you want, is people who want to help you, truly help you. And so that you want to reach out to them. You met certain people, you have friends of friends, and so forth. The other one is really you need to make out a marketing plan. I had a video called Follow Up or Fail. It's a really good video on that about your marketing and what to do. But really, these videos are just a tidbit of what is in the book. And you've had my book for 3 months here, it says, and you've only read half of it. I mean, come on, man. Are you really committed? That's the key. You got to ask yourself, because really, you got to implement it and you got to stay focused. I mean, really, it begins with you. I'm not here to blow sunshine, to tell you you're great. I'm here to coach you. I'm here to tell you, what to do to step up your game, to get you to the level that you need to be at. I mean, you want results. Like a professional athlete, they're not going to be okay with just a couple of lines. They want results. They're interested in averages. They want to know what's going on. Does this really work? If I implement this, is it going to work? And what I'm going to tell you is you need to focus on today. What can you do right now? You need to ask yourself that kind of question. You need to be really, to be honest, if you haven't read it yet, you need to read it at least 10 to 15 times. You need to also be looking at getting your marketing system in place. You need to do that right away. What are you going to send out? What are you going to do with it? And you have to ask yourself this question. Is it tomorrow or is it day one? I mean, it's everything, right? With your weight loss, with your relationship with others, with your schooling, with whatever you're doing. I mean, it all starts with you inside, your value systems as to what you are going to do. I mean, the professional athletes, that's what they're doing. I mean, you see the Patriots, they're on their way to the Super Bowl for the 3rd time. That's not by mistake, man. 3rd time in a row. That's not by mistake. They're there because they implement their systems and procedures all the time. They're working on this play, not last play, not the next play, this play. It's the same with you. Are you going home on the way home, before you go home? Are you writing out what you got to do the next day? Are you sitting down at night visualizing making those phone calls and what's going to happen? That's important. Those are things that you're going to pick up, tips you're going to pick up in my book, as well as other video stuff that I'm going to have up, and other books that I'll be referring to. And there's links on my website to the books that I do recommend. Yet what really is the key is, where are you in your value systems towards your business? What are you doing to make sure that you are going to succeed? That's the key. I mean, tomorrow and later, those are like the F word. They should never be used. It should be now. Again, you need to decide, is it day one or is it tomorrow? You've had my book for 3 months, you've only read half of it. I mean, it's 100 pages. A lot of white space, big letters. I made it easy to read. It's just whether you're going to do it or not. I mean, it's like having, you've all had that boyfriend or girlfriend, and they will leave their family 2 hours away and hustle to come see you because they're dying to see you. But the ones that are just gonna blow you off, tell you that they're a little busy right now, those are the ones really not interested. Their heart's not in it. And it's the same thing with your business. Is your heart in it? Is it really there? Are you gonna step forward and do it? I mean, there's a great book that I recommend. It's called Good to Great. It's a 5-year Stanford business study on why some companies are good and why some companies are great, and how they made the leap from being good to great. And in the book, one of the main things that they talk about is the enemy of great is good. The reason why you don't have a great marriage is because you have a good marriage. The reason why you don't have a great business is because you got a good business. One of the quotes out of the book, Jim Collins is the guy's name that wrote it. But basically, the quote is this: greatness is not a function of circumstance. Greatness, it turns out, is largely a matter of conscious choice and discipline. And that's it. I mean, we're talking about the sports athletes. It's conscious choice, discipline. Whether you're talking about your relationship with others or you're talking about your business, it's you need to make that conscious choice to move forward and take care of it, and really clear the path for that. And in what's going to work for you. I have another video newsletter I think I did about a year ago. It's called Your Success Depends on Your Ability to Organize. And I go through organizing my office, but I'm doing it at night. I'm doing it in the evening when I can't be making phone calls and so forth. Even these videos aren't during work time. They're at a time where my clients aren't calling me and I have the opportunity to sit down and write out stuff and get it all put together. So you need to be able to focus on that and put yourself into that spot. Abraham Lincoln, he's got another really good quote that I really like a lot. It says, "Things may come to those who wait, but they're only things that are left behind by those who hustle." I mean, you want to get the good fruit, you want to get the good stuff. You got to have that marketing system in place. You got to have it set up. I mean, I see here you've booked a Skype video session with me, which is great. I think it'll be good for you to do. But when we talk on the phone, I'm going to expect that. I'm going to expect you to have at least a draft of what you're trying to do, and so I can help you through that rather than just create it for you. So the main thing is that what I'm getting at, the one thing I want to say is that it's really important for you to put in the effort and put in the time, and to really decide, are you ready to take your business to the next level? Because you're saying here you want to. Everybody wants to, but who's going to do it? Everybody wants to win, but who's going to prepare to win? That's the key, right? I mean, when game time starts, all preparation time is over. Practice is over. It's game time now. And you need to be ready. You need to be in shape. You need to be fit. So as a business owner, in the world of business, if you want to use a sports analogy like I really like to do, is who's the better athlete? The one who plans his day the night before, visualizes making the phone calls, the people he's going to make phone calls to, and how those phone calls are going to go, or the business guy that comes in, and he comes in at 9 o'clock in the morning and ready to go, or the business guy that comes in at 9 o'clock in the morning and then starts to plan his day? Who's the better athlete? Who's ready to play come game day, or come 9 o'clock in the morning, or 8 o'clock, whatever time your work starts, what time your schedule starts, that you develop for yourself, that you're going to put in place, that you're going to make sure that you're going to succeed and get the goals that you need done. Karen Lab, she's got a great quote. I mean, everybody's heard it. I'm sure it's been played quite a few times, but she says, a year from now, you wish you started today. And that's the truth. With every business, with everything, whether it's working out, whether it's your relationship with friends, family, boyfriend, wife, girlfriend, whatever you got going on, your kids, you need to be really deciding on what are you going to be, because that's what's going to show up when you show up with your clients to talk to them. You having your best interest at heart. Whatever you do, you're in charge of. I mean, from your handshake to the look on your face, the smile on your face, you're making sure that you're improving to your best of your ability at every moment. And that's where you need to be putting it in. So having my book for 3 months, great, thank you for getting it. I mean, but really, man, it's just a paperweight. You know, what do they say about the Bible? A dusty Bible leads to a dirty soul, right? I mean, if you're just sitting there and you're not working it, it's not going to happen for you. And that's really the key. So look, if you think this person, you know, if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way to do that is to book a paid Skype, phone, or email coaching session. You can go to my website, click on the products tab that's on the top of the screen, and then choose the option that best works for you. And if you find this message of value, you can help me by donating $10, $20, $100, whatever you feel is good for you to help me, you know, whatever feels appropriate to help me develop better content. At the very least, don't keep me a secret. Share this video with some friends, coworkers, family, people you think that could be benefit. You can also get a copy of my book by downloading the Kindle app on any mobile device. And then you can go to the bookstore and get a copy of my book, download a copy of my book right then. Within a few minutes, you can be reading it. You can also go to Amazon.com and order a hard copy as well. Again, my name is Cezar Mansour. I'm the author of the official guide to building a referral-based business. I'm here to help you succeed. To your success.